The rain poured relentlessly, as if the sky itself was mourning. In the last row of the stadium sat Coach Frank Miller, his old hands gripping a stopwatch as his eyes searched one empty lane, lane number 8. 3 years ago, Ethan Cole was America's fastest rising star. Newspapers called him the future of sprinting. Then, in a single night, everything changed. A terrible road accident shattered his leg, and doctors delivered the words no athlete ever wants to hear: "You'll never run again." But they didn't know Ethan. While the world moved on, he began the hardest race of his life. Every morning before sunrise, he trained in silence. He swam endless laps. He rebuilt his strength one step at a time. He practiced alone when nobody was watching. There were no cameras, no cheering crowds, only determination. One evening, his mother gently asked, "Why keep fighting? People have already forgotten." Ethan smiled and replied, "I'm not running to prove anything to the world. I'm running to prove to myself that I can keep moving forward." Now, 3 years later, the national championship final had arrived. 7 runners stood ready. Lane 8 remained empty, until a figure slowly emerged through the pouring rain: Ethan Cole. The stadium fell completely silent. The starting gun fired. Ethan's first steps were slow. At 100 meters, he was in last place. Many people believed the race was already over, but they couldn't see what was happening inside him. Every lonely morning, every painful workout, every sacrifice, every moment he refused to quit, they were all pushing him forward. 200 meters, he began closing the gap.
You can do this.
300 meters, he reached 4th place. The crowd stood to their feet. 350 meters, he was side by side with the leader. Coach Miller shouted with everything he had, "Run, Ethan." The finish line was only a few steps away. With every ounce of strength left in his body, Ethan leaned forward and crossed the line. Silence. Then the scoreboard lit up. 1st place, Ethan Cole. The stadium exploded with applause. Ethan fell to his knees, not because he was exhausted, but because he had just proven something far more important than winning a race. He had refused to let fear decide his future. Looking up at the sky with tears in his eyes, he whispered, "They said I'd never run again. Today, I changed my own fate." Remember, failure is never the moment you fall. Failure is the moment you choose not to rise. Because the greatest victories are never won in front of a crowd. They're won in the quiet moments, when nobody is watching, and you still choose to take one more step.